Hi, my name is Rosie and I am the founder of Rosie Fortescue Jewellery. So I started my brand 7.5 years ago, and I actually did a degree in history of art, and I've always really liked contemporary art, but jewellery has just been my passion for as long as I can remember. I've been a magpie and tried on my mum's jewellery when I was a child and just always noticed people's jewellery. When I meet someone or when I'm out and about, I've just always been drawn to seeing what people are wearing. So I've worked since I was 16. I've had like Saturday jobs, and I used to treat myself to buying jewellery. And I remember buying some rings from Net-a-Porter, and they were several £100s and they tarnished after about a month. And I was devastated, and I just couldn't understand why you would spend so much on something but the quality was so bad. So I really, started doing my research and really looking around to see what other brands were out there and checking out their quality. And that kind of made me really think about launching a brand that was demi-fine jewellery, so affordable, luxury looking jewellery that was great quality but didn't break the bank. So I actually, I never actually did a business plan. So I started 7.5 years ago, and step one really was to find the factory. And I had someone at the beginning who helped me find the factory, and he already used the factory. So he did the introduction for me, and it went from there, but everything was a learning curve. So setting up the website, trademarking, doing your logo, every step was a lesson. But I think also I loved learning everything along the way. I did a Goldman Sachs program last year called 10,000 Small Business, which was incredible, and I actually wrote my first business plan, which is crazy but also really helpful. But what I really did like is, whether you're making a plan or not, I think you need to definitely set out your goals and know what you need to do, but also be open to learning along the way and learning every step of the process. I think there's so many times where you can delegate people to do everything for you and trademark and this, that, and the other, but actually it's really good to be able to be aware of everything yourself and be on top of everything, because then you're learning and yeah, you really feel like you're in it. So when I first launched the brand, I had a fashion blog that I was working with lots of brands, doing collaborations, and had got a bit of a following from my fashion blog. And I think Instagram had launched like 2 years before. It obviously wasn't what it is today. I can't remember my first sale, but I used to run the business from home, so it would have been from home. I used to do the postage and packaging from home, had my towers of stock like in my sitting room, so that's where I would have been when I received my first order. So at the very beginning, I didn't actually factor in wholesale into my pricing. So then when I was approached by Fortnum & Mason to stock in their incredible store, I wasn't actually ready for wholesale, and you can't then go back and, well, kind of go forward and then change your pricing and make it higher so that you can factor in wholesale. So I kind of then slightly factored in wholesale for some items moving forward. So the pricing at the beginning, if I could go back, I'd say that would be one thing. I would decide from the very beginning, am I going to do wholesale or am I not? Because I'm kind of in this limbo land, and I'm still in that limbo land now, where I have some collections that I am able to wholesale and some that I'm not. But I'm stocked in Harvey Nichols in London, and I just adore the store, and the staff are so nice and the buyers are so nice, and I love being in the store, so I kind of make it work for them. But I wouldn't say my pricing is it's not the whole of all of my collections aren't wholesalable, so it's just a few pieces, but I think it's really good from the beginning to actually say to yourself, are you going to go into wholesale or are you not? So you can really fix your pricing accordingly. So I think for me, because when I had my fashion blog, it was kind of when fashion blogs were still quite big. And I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of people in the industry who were also bloggers, so they became friends, which is obviously very handy when you launch your own brand and want to gift people and hope that they will help you promote your business. And then I guess making friends through Instagram as well, meeting people at events, that sort of thing. You just have to put yourself out there. So I think, God, there's so many things that have happened along the way in the past 7 years. COVID obviously being one of them. Issues with factories, getting things wrong, getting orders wrong. My factory's emails actually got hacked a few years ago. That was really stressful. I had no way of contacting them. A lot of things go wrong day to day, but you know, you've just got to suck it up, breathe, and move on. So I think for me, COVID was a huge moment to really sit back and assess, make quite a quick decision, like what am I going to do? And I was really fortunate that I didn't heavily rely on wholesale, all the stores stopped buying, they were all closed. So for me, it was really about engaging with my customers directly, offering them the best possible customer service experience, getting to know my customers, and just making it feel like a really familiar shopping experience for them, even though, everyone was stuck at home. I wanted people to still have a great experience. And I was really, really fortunate, actually. My sales increased massively, and I think people still wanted some colourful jewellery to wear from home or on their Zoom calls, or, just to make them happy. So challenges that I faced from the beginning really were just learning how to build a company, how to reinvest the profits, how to grow the business organically, slowly. I own 100% of the business, and I didn't want investors from the beginning, and it's still not something that I necessarily want right now. For me, it was just about doing everything I possibly could, grafting, and working on the weekends and staying up late and making sure I did everything to give the business the best chance possible and to try and make it profitable as quickly as possible. So I think I was just really careful with the ways in which I spent my money. And I didn't rush out and get PR, which is really expensive. And actually it was just during COVID that I really started using digital marketing and doing Facebook and Instagram ads and Google ads, which have been amazing. And that's how I sort of spend money on marketing now. Spending money on gifting, just allocating time to spending time to reach out to influencers and to people that you admire. And it doesn't cost anything to gift, but you want to obviously make sure that you gift the right people. Obviously it costs the materials and the cost of the products, but I think there are so many ways in which you can get your business out there without just throwing money at the situation. So I'd like to say that I had sort of KPIs here, there and everywhere, and I was closely following my business plan, but I feel like I need to keep the enjoyment with running my business and with coming to the office every day and running my company. And for me, that's more about setting monthly goals, but also not weighing too heavily on putting pressure on these monthly goals. Obviously, we do really need to be meeting these targets, but you know, things happen that you can't change. Last year, I lost 20% of my customers abroad. Well, 20% of my customers, I would say, immediately because of Brexit. So that was really difficult, and that's something that you can't control. And then you have to think, okay, right, I won't have so many customers from abroad now, well, from Europe, because they don't want to pay for the taxes and the duties. So let's retarget our customers in the UK. Let's make sure that they get rewarded for their third purchase. They get a discount code off their next, that they really feel like they're part of a community and involved with the brand and invested with the brand. So there were just ways that we had to change the way that we kind of think in order to, you know, keep pushing for growth. So advice that I would give my younger self is just to be persistent, keep going, don't let anything get you down, and just believe in yourself, and the hard graft will be worth it. The advice that I would give to someone following in my footsteps would be to really consider what company you're going to launch, and to really make sure that you are fully invested and fully obsessed with that, whatever it may be, because I absolutely love what I do, but I never switch off. It's just not possible when you own your company to be able to go away on holiday and just not be on your phone the whole time and not be checking in on the office. And as much as I would love to be able to switch off on the weekends and in the evenings, I do absolutely adore what I do. So I am just so grateful every day that my job is my passion.